Hi again, this is Martin Lyons, and continuing with really the process of recovering a relationship in crisis. Now, in the previous video, basically we're just setting the scene with kind of understanding the situation. I compared the solution that comes to the solution that we get at a doctor's office, where he gives us a prescription that in and of itself isn't enough to heal us. We've got to take it. But staying with the metaphor regarding the doctor, so we feel sick, right? That's why we go to a doctor. Good thinking. The first thing is, he wants to find out what's wrong. He starts probing, like, what's going on? Yeah, there's something wrong. What is it? So we basically did that. So something else, though, to say now, this is not, what I'm going to share with you now, is not just about recovering a relationship in crisis. Are you gardeners? Because I love to garden. And one little thing about gardening is, the best time to water plants and to fertilize and take care of them is when they're healthy. You know, they respond really well to good treatment. If you leave them, you don't take care of them until they get sick, and then you do this like emergency work. Oh my gosh, we better water these plants now, they're half dead, and you know, you're going to lose a lot of the plant, if not the whole thing. Fertilize, silly. Why would you do that? Really, that's a metaphor for life. You take care of everything when it's in good condition and you make it like great. You don't wait till everything's falling apart. But if you've waited and that's where you're at, okay. But the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, not very good. You want to do regular maintenance. I mean, with your car, are you getting oil changes because it's broken? No, you don't want it to break. That's why you get oil changes. Hopefully you get what I'm saying there. So, okay. So this stuff is for everybody. So specifically, in this video, I'm going to share with you the single most powerful tool there is for nurturing and growing a healthy and loving relationship. Absolutely. And before I share what it is, I want to give you a little context in the form of some old wisdom that's out there for good reason. The old saying, if mama ain't happy, ain't no one happy. And the rest of the saying is, and if papa ain't happy, no one gives a shit. There's a lot of truth in this. Basically, in matters of relationship and love, she has to be happy first. Not she has to be happy and screw you, guy. She has to be happy first. I mentioned this in a previous video, but I'm going to say it again right here because this might be the first video you ever watch. So there you go, of mine. For instance, when it's raining and I'm escorting you on a date, whatever, I'm going to open the door for you. I'm going to hold the umbrella over your head, and I get a little bit of it. I'm going to let you in first, then I'm going to follow you. I'm not going to take care of you and then shiver and stand outside in the cold rain. Simply you're first. Similarly, guys, usually, except when she wants to do something else, but usually in the bedroom also, she has to be pleased first. If you want a happy relationship, it's just the way it goes. Elsewhere, we'll, discover why is that, how is that. But at this point, I just want you to kind of accept that's kind of how it is. So, we have a situation where she is unhappy, she's bitching, nagging, complaining. He's unhappy, he's withdrawing, or he's fighting, he's yelling, he's angry, he's arguing, whatever, different flavors. She could also be totally withdrawn. What's wrong? Nothing. She's just keeping her distance, whatever. It's not very sweet. There are different flavors of how this looks. She can be actively on your case or passively just totally and not giving you anything. You know, it all boils down to the same thing. Same with him. So where do we start? So the guy needs to be happy in a relationship. A guy, I'm not talking about a boy, I'm talking about a man. And that's not necessarily a statement of age. There are some very mature young men and some really immature, unconscious, selfish old men. So this isn't about physical age, although usually it takes guys a while to get a clue. You know, hormones are very strong in young men. They're pretty blinding. They make for a pretty selfish, motivated kind of a mood. But that's all right, whatever. So the point is here, for this to work, we have to be dealing with a man, somebody who has at the top of his list of what he wants in a relationship, I want that my woman is happy. I want that I get to make her happy, that she's happy with what I do, with me. And I want to get her gratitude and love and affection and approval. I want that. And I want that juice. I want that juice. That's why I'm in relationship with her. I want that I get to make her feel good and that she lets me know it. So she's not going to be able to do that if she's feeling really, it's not even not taken care of. That's almost too analytical, too mental. She's just overwhelmed with a buildup of what I'm calling stagnant emotion. Because the nature of a woman is fundamentally, all of you women are powerfully emotional creatures. This is not in any way, shape, or form a negative judgment. This is an honest appraisal and an approving one. To be emotionally connected to life is kind of important. Yeah, life is something we want to feel. Love is a feeling. It's not a thought. It's a feeling. Yeah. So, the nature of woman is to experience so many emotions changing, coming and going, and they do not necessarily have any kind of logical flow. That one emotion, they're like waves, and the particular nature of the wave that's here now doesn't predetermine the wave that's coming next. That's just the way it is. I'm not going to get into that now. I just want to give some context, some observable context. These kind of statements, I'm not just throwing these out at the top of my head because it sounds good. This stuff is being observed and by many very thoughtful, intelligent, objective, male and female observers of the dynamic of man and woman and of the nature of men and the nature of women in order to try to make our relationship work, right? So this is how it is. This is how we are. And the nature of emotion, some people say it's emotion, it's energy in motion. The nature of emotion is that it needs to move. It needs to be felt to move. It's not to be analyzed or thought about. I mean, you can do that too, there's processing, and there's all that stuff. But more than anything, it needs to be felt. And the emotions that are coming in, so many, to make room for the new emotions, then the old ones have to be felt. They have to be felt out. So a lot of that feeling out of emotion takes place by, in partnership especially, by our women feeling free and invited and loved by us so that they can trust us with their feelings without our blocking these feelings by judging them, by separating between good and bad, feelings you should have, feelings you shouldn't have, feelings I want to encourage and nurture, and feelings that I want to stop, change, fix, halt, bury, control. All that male stuff. All that male mental analytical stuff. A woman needs a man who can get her as a woman. Not suppress her, deny her, control her, judge her. Guys, we only fix things that are broke. Baby, I love you. Let me help you. Let me fix you. How would you want to be fixed, guy? What does it mean to you when you're being fixed? What does it mean when you take your dog to the vet to be fixed? It's not a good thing. It's castrating, literally. And when you want to fix a woman, you are absolutely doing you could say, the feminine version of what castration is to us. You're defeminizing. You're defeminizing. Emasculation, when we're being absolutely ripped for all our attempts to, serve and provide. I'm not going to talk about that much here. Castration is definitely something that we talk about elsewhere, but I want to try to stay focused. And hey, it's just me over here talking, so I can't blame you for distracting me. I'm doing that all by myself. But we will talk about castration elsewhere, and we have talked about it elsewhere. But to not allow and not facilitate a woman's emotional movement is defeminizing. It's a huge disservice. It's a lacking. It's a lacking in what a man can do for a woman. And it separates the men from the boys. This is what separates the men from the boys. All guys have got a package that can operate to some level or another. That is not what makes a man. It makes male, not a man. Boys have them too. A man is somebody who can be with a woman, be with all of her. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Whatever's on the menu today, baby. I love you. I'm here for you. I'm not judging you. I'm not suppressing you. Tell me what's going on. I want to hear it. So now we're getting to the solution. So the reason, and it's not always true, listen, there are some women who are committed to being miserable bitches. There really are. But then I'd have to say, why are you with her? Why? So let's just assume that we're dealing with, fairly healthy, functional human beings who both actually want to have a great experience of life, who love themselves, who love their lives, and want to share this with a partner, because that's a healthy relationship. I don't want to really get into the whole codependent dysfunctionality scene of two incomplete, miserable people who are looking for somebody else to give them what they're not willing to give themselves, and they're just going to have the dance from then on of blaming each other. We're not going to go there today. We'll go there another day. That's always a fun, not really, but it's somewhere that has to be discussed. But we're talking about healthy, functional, okay? So what's going on. She's not giving you, the guy, what you need. She's amping you up, so you're feeling castrated, you're feeling unapproved of, you're feeling angry, you're feeling all of that, because she's feeling blocked, emotionally blocked. You haven't been hearing her. You haven't been facilitating her being able to move her emotions. So how do you do that? It's incredibly simple. You determine every single day, without fail, at least once a day, at the end of the day, bedtime, if not the morning as well, before your day begins. And, any other times you can do it, especially if you haven't been doing it. You've got a big backlog to catch up on. Once this starts, it gets real easy. Much easier as time goes on. In the beginning, it's going to be tough for both of you, and I'll share a little bit of that. But first, you as the guy, what you got to do here, say, baby, let me know. And I'm really sorry I haven't been here for you like this. But I really want to. I really want to catch up with you. I love you, baby. You're the woman I chose who chose me. You're the one I signed on to do this thing. And I really want to do it with you. And I'm really sorry I haven't been doing it with you. I've just been doing what I want to do with you, but I haven't shared your world. I haven't. And I'm sorry. And I'm not going to do that anymore. And I totally get that you're, unhappy and frustrated and all that. And you know what? Right now, let's take, I want to give you as long as you need. And if realistically, I can't give you more than half an hour right now because I've got a meeting or I've got whatever else. But I'm going to give you a half an hour, I swear, totally undivided, giving you my attention. I'm not just going to sit here and let you speak while my mind is in 50 different places. That's bullshit, guys. This is about you actually getting her world. So, you want to let her know that you're ready to listen. I want to know how it was for you today. What's going on in your world. I just want to know. Let me know how you feel. What great stuff happened, what lousy stuff happened, how you felt about it. I don't know. I'm so out of it, sweetheart. I'm so disconnected from you. I am. I hardly even know what to ask. And I'm sorry, but I'm really here to listen now. So let me know. And baby, I really want to hear. So I got to ask you to try to tell me as much as you're able how it is for you without blaming me, because I don't want to get defensive. I want to be able to listen to you. I want to listen to your experience. And we'll talk about that more in a moment, ladies. That side of it. But it's very important. And you might have to remind her of that, guys. And your job, guys, is to listen to it. Not to, nod and you're there and you're looking like you're listening and yeah. And then every now and again you repeat the last 3 or 4 words to show you're listening, but you're faking it. That's bullshit. This is energetic, man. This isn't going to work if you're not there. And you're not listening for what it means to you. Oh, God, she's sad. Let me comfort her. How can I stop her being sad? Oh, don't cry, sweetheart. I love you. Everybody loves you. Please don't cry. No. Wow, you are really sad. I got it. I didn't know you were so sad. Tell me more about that. How sad, And she might go from really, oh, wow, and the flood's there. And you don't judge it as being good or bad. All it is sadness and tears. Don't try to comfort it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to fix it. That's all bullshit. That's you. That's not her. That's you and your comfort level. And this isn't about you, guys. This is not about you. She's first. This is about her. None of her emotion is good or bad. None of it needs to be stopped, changed, or fixed. Your job is to listen. Okay, that's enough about you, guys, right now. Ladies, your emotion is yours. And the fact that you haven't expressed it, haven't figured out how much you need to, how to get him to listen, you've got a responsibility there. You haven't known how to do it, you haven't felt confident to do it. And I'm going to work with you, not in this video, but elsewhere. Other videos and blogs, I promise. How to get him to listen. But right now, in this situation we've set up, where the pair of you know you've got to do this, and he knows, man, he's got to start doing this every day. Drain your well of old, stagnant emotions that are stacked. You don't have any room to be considerate and sweet and approving because your internal world is too messy and uncomfortable. And that's just how it is. So you're first here, sweetheart. I got it. You are first. I want to hear you. Be a man, guys. She's first. Open the door. Open the door for her to a good space. Don't leave her here out in the storm and all you're thinking about is, my ass is getting wet. Is this clear? I hope so. I hope so. She's first. So ladies, on this, you have to know it's not easy for us to listen to you when you're blaming us, when you're criticizing and castrating. So try not to do it. Make this about the emotion you're experiencing, not that it's our fault. Even if you could say it is because we did this, that, or the other, all we did is trigger your emotions. And the reality is, the longer you've kept this stuff in and haven't been sharing it, the quicker and easier you're going to be triggered by the tiniest thing. And you can't blame the man for making you get triggered by your own triggers. And for you having let it get to this point. You're responsible for that too. I just want to show you how to unwind this. So if you want to keep blaming him, go ahead. He's not going to sit and listen to your bitching and nagging and blaming him. It's not going to work. So you have to take responsibility for your bit. So express your emotions like, sweetheart, I really need you to listen and not take it personally. And I'm going to work on not making it personal. And if I do, I'm sorry, because it's difficult for me right now. But we're gonna practice this together. And I really appreciate that you're doing this with me. I've wanted you to do this with me. I didn't even know that this is what I wanted, but this is what I want. I want you to do this with me. I've wanted you to listen to me for so long. Ladies, you want intimacy. This is intimacy. Intimacy. Honey, I want you to see into me. I want you to know what's there. I want you to help me get rid of this. I do. So you begin, ladies. I am so grateful that you're doing this. I know you love me, and I love you too. See if you can start it like that. Makes a huge difference. Not like, finally, you stupid fuck. That's not going to work well. And for all of you out there who are disturbed about the language I use occasionally, I apologize. I understand it's disturbing to some of you, and I will try not to use it because of you. But at the same time, it is useful, I find, to make a point strongly. And I try to use these kind of words not as a habit, but as a valuable emphasis, not for shock value or just to show you I'm cool, I can swear every second word too, because I don't like that. But they're powerful words, and I want to get your attention sometimes with them. So, and don't let your kids watch. Although, I've had kids doing courses, some of the courses I lead, as young as 16. Girls. It's been awesome. It's been fantastic for them. Anyway. And they know all these words, I promise you. So, ladies, try your hardest not to make it personal, because you're going to push him away. Guys have big sensitive egos, and if you're attacking, we're going to defend, we're going to close down, and that's not what you want. So this is where you've got to be conscious. You've got to speak to us consciously and responsibly if you want us to listen to you consciously and responsibly. So, the last thing I want to say about that is, ladies, regularly stop and go, "Oh, you're doing such a great job, honey. I so appreciate it." Give him a win. You want his attention? Give him a win. I think that's enough right now. You've got a lot to go on. Just really think about this. Every single day, guys, use this. This will make your relationship what you've always, both of you, wanted it to be. A very loving partnership. It's been a pleasure, and I'll catch you later.